Tools and equipment for the bake shop. In the realm of culinary arts, understanding the unique tools and equipment that define each discipline is crucial. While the boundaries between cooking and baking can sometimes blur, the tools each employ are often distinctly suited to their particular tasks. Here, we will delve into the nuances of baking equipment and highlight their differentiation from the instruments of general cooking. Precision and specialization in baking. Baking's core lies in its demand for precision. This exactness isn't just limited to ingredient measurements, it also extends to the tools employed. For instance, while in general cooking, one might use a single pan for multiple dishes, baking necessitates specific pans for each task. A bundt pan, with its intricate design, ensures a cake has not just the correct shape but also an even baking surface area, something a regular round cake pan might not achieve. When stepping into a professional bake shop or a catering facility, the extent of this specialization becomes more evident. Beyond the visible array of pans and trays, there are massive mixers tailored for different doughs, proofing chambers for bread, and ovens that offer varying heat distribution methods. In these extensive operations, the array of tools and equipment can easily exceed 1,000, each crucial to producing a specific baked item perfectly. The subtle differences, cooking versus baking. Though both disciplines belong to the world of gastronomy, baking and cooking often diverge in the tools they employ. Let's consider the role of heat in both. In cooking, direct heat is a frequent player, making stovetops, grills, and even blowtorches common tools. Baking, on the other hand, relies on the indirect, consistent warmth of ovens. This ensures the even rise, setting, and browning of baked goods. Moreover, the principle behind some tools varies based on whether they are used for baking or cooking. For example, a whisk in cooking might be used to emulsify a vinaigrette, while in baking, its primary role is to incorporate air, ensuring a cake batter's lightness. The overlaps, shared equipment in culinary operations. Despite the distinctions, several tools are versatile enough to be employed both in baking and cooking. Recognizing these shared tools is especially crucial in large-scale operations to ensure efficiency and smart investment. A thermometer is a classic example. In baking, it might be used to check if the sugar has reached the right temperature for candy making. Simultaneously, in cooking, it's essential for ensuring meats are cooked to the desired doneness, helping to avoid conditions where bacteria, which thrive between 60 of and 120 of, especially in protein-rich foods with moisture and a neutral pH, could proliferate. Similarly, straining tools like the chinois or tamis have their place in both worlds. In baking, they refine dry ingredients, ensuring a smoother texture. In cooking, they are indispensable for achieving clear broths or silky puree. However, not all tools commonly thought of in this category are used for straining, such as the mandolin, which is primarily employed for slicing vegetables thinly. Principle of baking. The delectable world of baking. Who doesn't love the delightful aroma of freshly baked bread or the sheer joy that a bite of a perfect muffin brings? But have you ever stopped to think about the science that goes into crafting these culinary delights? Oh yes, baking is not just an art, it's a meticulous science. The better you grasp this everyday science, the closer you'll be to mastering the world of baking. 1. Baking, a scientific odyssey. When we embark on our baking journey, we're essentially combining chemistry, physics, and biology. Whether you're making a simple pastry or an elaborate cake, understanding the science behind the ingredients and techniques is crucial. The ultimate goal? To create a product that tantalizes the senses, offering an unforgettable aroma, taste, and texture. It's no easy feat, but with time, practice, and patience, the rewards are truly worth it. 2. The power of mixing methods. Mixing isn't just about combining ingredients. The method and order in which ingredients are mixed play a significant role in the final product structure and texture. For instance, beating a mixture vigorously with a whisk introduces air, leading to light and fluffy products. On the other hand, gentle folding ensures that airy concoctions like whipped cream retain their delicate structure. 3. Gluten, the backbone of many baked goods. Gluten, the much debated protein. Found in wheat and related grains, gluten provides structure and elasticity. It's like the framework of a building. When flour is mixed with water, gluten forms, creating a network that traps gases, allowing baked goods to rise. However, the extent to which gluten develops can make or break your baked product. Overmix, and you might end up with a tough cake. Undermix, and it might not rise sufficiently. 4. Moisture, a game of balance. Moisture is essential for activating leavening agents, like baking powder or yeast. However, too much moisture can make your baked goods soggy, while too little can result in a dry and crumbly outcome. It's all about finding that perfect balance. 5. The magic of heat. Remember the first time you peeked into the oven and saw your batter transform into a beautiful cake? The addition of heat does that magic. Depending on the source, Heat can be transferred via conduction, direct heat transfer when, say, a cake pan or baking sheet is placed in a hot oven. Think of it as a warm hug for your batter. Convection, the circulation of hot air around the oven, ensuring even baking. Radiation, direct transfer of energy from a heat source to the food, like when broiling. And speaking of heat, did you know that when you heat sugar to about 320 of, it darkens, undergoing a process called caramelization? This not only gives a beautiful color but also imparts a rich flavor to your desserts. 6. Perfecting the craft. Baking, like any skill, demands practice. Whether it's top browning your sugar-coated desserts using a broiler, salamander, or a blowtorch, remember, microwaves aren't ideal for this, or choosing the perfect whisk to incorporate air, every decision impacts the final product. Embrace the science, practice the techniques, and before you know it, you'll be a baking maestro.